fall of 2021, I began teaching at Akiba Schechter. Before me were an unknown, still masked group of students who I had the daunting task of not only teaching, but getting to know them as well. It's not easy being the new kid on the block, let alone a teacher during a pandemic, but slowly the students and I got to know one another, and they got used to my method of teaching Tanakh and Rabbinics. What struck me immediately was the friendliness and openness of the students. And Venice stands out in my mind as they would be the one to immediately welcome me. Good morning, Rabbi Novak. Have a good weekend, Rabbi Novak. Or compliment my hair covering of the day. Great beanie today, Rabbi Novak. In our classes together, Venice displayed their knowledge of Judaism. Venice began sharing their thoughts, often in the form of a question, somewhat unsure of themselves. I think this holiday is Sukkot, or maybe we're talking about Avraham. But then their confidence grew, and you would see Venice's small smile indicating their pride. But Venice is not only adept at answering content questions, but they also display deep thinking and analytical skills. When our class this year put King Shaul HaMelech, on trial, Venice passionately argued their side, and even continued to debate with classmates long after the assignment was over. While some of our Tanakh class is spent decoding the biblical narrative, Venice was always eager to get to the analysis and critical thinking part of the class, where their insights always shined. In that first fall that I started teaching, Venice and the students tackled an IDL, an interdisciplinary learning project with humanities and Tanakh entitled The Just Society. This was a new venture for me, and I was truly amazed at the students' efforts linking children's war narratives with Pesukim, verses from the holiness code of Sefer Vayikra, the book Leviticus. Venice's presentation exemplified their thoughtfulness and growing self-assurance. But lest you think Venice is all work and no play, they are just as passionate on the playground, on the basketball court, or even in Loeb Hall during lunchtime. They are very often the ones laughing hysterically, sometimes running out of air at someone's joke. They are a leader in mishpacha and a kind, caring, and fun with their buddy. In Tanakh this year, in the texts that we have learned, Shmuel Aleph and Sefer B'Midbar, we have tackled the idea of leadership. What makes a leader? How is leadership different from authority? Can someone lead from the middle? One takeaway the students have learned is that a leader, even with a great deal of authority, will not be followed if they do not respect the people they are leading. Leaders need to encourage their followers, they have to admit that they don't have all the answers, and they must be willing to collaborate to have legitimate authority. Venice always encourages their classmates to do their best, always asks questions to learn more, and collaborates them to problem solve. Venice's success, however, is grounded in respect and caring, and that is what makes them the best kind of leader. We have a saying in Judaism, Ein Torah im ein derech eretz. Roughly translated, this means, you can't learn Torah or learn its lessons without having respect, self-respect, and respect for others. Venice always embodies derech eretz, and this infuses everything they do, including when they're just relaxing and having fun. We all look forward to see where life will take Venice, but I am certain it will be a life of learning and leading and helping others. B'hatzlacha rabah, Venice. Good luck, Venice. Keep smiling and laughing, thinking, supporting others, and leading.
Dear Akiba community, as I look back on my years at Akiba, I would like to thank some of the teachers who went the extra mile for me so I could go the extra mile in my learning. Thank you, Coach Essie, for always being there for me. My first year at Akiba, I wasn't old enough to be on the basketball team, so I practiced with them instead. It was great. The girls were nice, and Coach Essie made me feel welcome. When the start of the season came, only 5 girls could make it to the game. Coach brought up the idea that I would be the sub for the first game, and he persuaded Miss Cass to let me play. When I was asked to play, I was nervous. I didn't even know if I wanted to do it. I almost said no, but thanks to Coach, I decided to play. After that, I ended up playing the rest of this year. I got used to playing with girls older than me, all thanks to Coach Essie. He gave me pep talks and motivated me throughout the season. As I continued to play on the team in the next seasons, I knew I would always have the support I needed to succeed. This helped me become a leader on the team and become captain this season. Thank you, Rabbi M, for giving me a warm welcome to rabbinical studies. I didn't really know any Hebrew coming into Akiba and thought I wouldn't get it like the rest of my classmates. But in Chumash and Tefillah, Rabbi M went out of his way to help me through the year. He would talk to me outside of the classroom and always made sure I knew he was there if I needed help. He would also help me get out of my comfort zone. In Tefillah, there would sometimes be students who would lead a part. I felt fine doing it with my friends, but I thought I could never do it by myself. One day, me and some of my classmates were raising our hands in hopes to lead a part, but to my surprise, Rabbi M called on me and only me. My mind went right to the question of why is he singling me out? I got scared thinking I would choke up, but after reading the part, I saw that I did it. I looked up at Rabbi M to see him smiling, and I realized he called on me not to single me out, but because he knew I could do it. The next year, I had him again, but as my Tanakh teacher. That was when he introduced the tests to the class. These tests included us translating keywords found in the text. Sometimes I could barely translate 2 of the words on the test, and fear of letting Rabbi M down got to me. But even when I would only get 1 word right, when I went up to turn in my test, I would always be met with a smile and a great job from Rabbi M. His support has made me feel comfortable taking chances to say things in class. Thank you, Ms. Chipman, for helping me find my love of learning. In 7th grade, Ms. Chipman was going to be my new teacher. I was both nervous and excited. I had no idea what to expect, but let me tell you, humanities was amazing. Ms. Chipman made great projects and always knew how to push my learning. She answered my questions and encouraged me to ask more. One of my favorite projects she came up with was the final project for our Constitution unit. Me and a group had to argue a case as if we were in front of the Supreme Court, and with the help of Ms. Chipman and amazing co-counsels, we ended up doing it. This project was how I found my interest in law and applying cases to different situations. This project also allowed me to have a better understanding of current situations. And as I leave Akiba, I will miss all these memories and so many more, like the good mornings, hellos, and good afternoons and goodbyes I will get from Monique or Ms. Rotfeld pushing me to take credit for my learning. For all of this, I wanted to say thank you. Akiba has helped mold me into the curious and confident person I am, and I will forever be grateful for all the teachers and staff who went the extra mile. Sincerely, Venice or Nikki Lickstein.